Okay. Let's try this again. You guys hear me okay? What's up? So, for those of you who weren't here, just what happened was I tried streaming and apparently it was showing up super pixely for everybody, which was not Sombra hacking the game stream, for those of you who are curious. You guys can see and hear me, I imagine. Hey, Blaze Rum. So yeah, please, for future reference, if I'm having technical problems, and I'm not the kind of guy who does a lot of gaming streams. I know I do a few Let's Plays, but I don't do a lot of gaming streams. But obviously, since I don't do a lot of gaming streams, I'm going to struggle a little bit. So please just have the courtesy of not screaming in unison at me when I'm trying to sort stuff out. Sorry. That would be appreciated. Hiroko-san says, can you explain to me what postulated is? I assume you're asking for the definition of the word postulated. Postulating is like thinking about something. Postulate about something in your head. Jose Santana says, I was joking, don't be mad. Oh, I'm not mad, I'm just asking you to be a little more civil. That's all. But hi guys, how's it going? We're trying this again, we're trying Sombra out for the first time, and the reason I'm trying Sombra out, and I'm just sort of walking around, people are saying still pixely. I mean, I turned the video bitrate down. A lot of you guys are, unfortunately, probably gonna have to just deal with that. Are you using OBS to stream? Nope, I am not using OBS to stream. I'm sure it's a bitrate thing. I turned the bitrate down, and I've streamed at like a super high bitrate before, and there's been no issues, so I don't know what the deal is. Pretty low quality visuals, but we can tell what's going on. I wish I knew what I was doing wrong. Name a side character Mark Smithers, says Dipper Pines. Absolutely. I'm not even going to just name a side character in Yu-Gi-Oh! Abridged Mark Smithers. I'm going to name Yugi Mark Smithers. From now on, Yugi is called Mark Smithers, just because you asked nicely. That's his real name. That's his full name. It's Yugi Mark Smithers Moto. That's his full name. Jado the Great says Yu-Gi-Oh! TAS, because that's my name. Says, I can voice a Jaden from GX. Wow, I didn't know there was more than one. Alright, anyway. Trying out Sombra for the first time. And the reason I'm doing that is because I just spent about 4 hours in the hospital getting pumped full of medicine. And that's not a fun experience. I don't recommend it. But it's necessary, unfortunately, for my well-being. And it's not a serious issue. It's just, I just need to do it. Let's see. You don't want to lower the bitrate, says DD Rez. Well, I actually, people were telling me I needed to turn it down, right? Well, I mean, I had it all the way up, and then people told me it was pixely. So I turned it down. And now it's apparently still pixely, so good times. Overwatch, says Brian Zilla. That's no good. Yeah, it sucks when people make things that aren't things that you want. I don't like that. Oh. Okay, well now that I get that she has like an Uzi 9mm, I'm going to see what other abilities she has. And this is going to be a very chill, very not funny stream, just to let you know, because again, recovering from a hospital visit. So, let's see what's going on here. We've got the machine pistol. Short-range automatic weapon. That's what I've been using. My ultimate, which is what I've got unlocked right now, is an EMP. Hack enemies and destroy enemy shields and barriers around you. Let's give that a shot with these guys. Sombra is an interesting character. Her abilities aren't near as broken as I feared, and her power attack damage is very controlled. Did that do anything? I used the Q. Hack enemies and destroy enemy shields and barriers around you. I don't think it worked on these guys. Well, cheers for watching the videos, Callum Wright. I appreciate it. I'm sorry that right now I am not working on or releasing a video of Yu-Gi-Oh! Abridged right now, because I am sitting at a computer playing Overwatch. But I needed to take my mind off things and recover from a kind of crappy morning. Alright. Do you have a second person that could talk for you? I mean, I can talk just fine. I'm just mentally not in a great state. So what other abilities have we got? We've got Translocator, throw a beacon, then press E again to teleport to it. That's pretty fancy. So that's over there, and then I can just... So do I have 13 seconds to use it, or do I have 13 seconds till I can use it? Okay, so there's a time limit on when I can use it by. So if I want to just head up there. Whoop. That's neat. I like that. That's a cool ability. The robots don't have any abilities to be hacked. That's rude. Are you telling me the robots don't have abilities just like you and me? They were designed to have abilities, if you ask me. I think the robots are perfectly capable of having a full and happy life. Also, LittleKuriboh, good last videos. Oh, cheers. I appreciate it. Martin, do you want a hug? No, no thanks, Melvin. I don't think I would... I don't think I'd survive that. I barely got through this morning, so... I'm being a drama queen. It really wasn't that bad. I'm just so really exhausted. Let's see. What else have we got? Camo. Become invisible and move quickly. So I'm like the spy from Team Fortress, basically. I got a little time limit on that. I dig her color scheme. I really dig Sombra's color scheme. It reminds me of Vice City. Very 80s. Bye-bye, Chaz. Oh, Dylan Grehan says, I assume that's how you pronounce it, Dylan Graham. Hi, Kuriboh. I met you in Ireland at NomCon. That was a while back. Did I do NomCon? Did I do NomCon? I was waiting by the door to see your panel, and you came up to me and asked if we were allowed in the room yet. I freeze, and all I could say was hi. Well, you know what? I've had some embarrassing experiences like... Well, I don't not say that was an embarrassing experience, but I'm sure you felt like it was, which it was, and it was fine. It's all good, man. Like, we've all had that happen to us from time to time. But I've had my share of embarrassing experiences meeting guests and voice actors and stuff at conventions. Just because I'm a pretty shy person. I'm a pretty quiet, introverted person. And one time I went to a convention called Gateway Con in, I think it was 2000. And it was right after Mystery Science 33,000 had been cancelled. Let me see what other abilities we have. Hack. Hold to hack. So hold right click to hack. Okay. Hacked enemies cannot use abilities. Health packs spawn faster, but can't be used by enemies. Taking damage interrupts the hack attempts. Alright. And I can't hack these guys. But I can hack this health pack. I was at this convention called Gateway Con in St. Louis, and I'm sure it still is a thing. I'm sure it still exists. I'm sure they still have it. But at the time, Mystery Science 3000 has been cancelled. Chris Kill says, LittleKuriboh, this isn't the Overwatch man. I mean, you saw the thumbnail that said LittleKuriboh plays Overwatch, so I'm gonna imagine that you know it's not Overwatch man. I feel kind of sassy today because everyone's asking questions that seem like they should have really obvious answers. Aim for the head for more damage. But see, I shouldn't criticize people because I'm gonna look like a bit of a pillock playing this game because I'm terrible at it. There, double kill. But I went to Gateway Con and I met some of the cast and crew of MST3K, and specifically I met Michael J. Nelson, the lead writer of the show, and I've always been a huge fan of his. I still am. I've always found great inspiration from him because I think he's a hilarious person. I think he's a great writer. But I met him and I was too embarrassed to say anything. I froze. I flew across the ocean, and I waited in line for like 2 or 3 hours. And I'm not going to just be playing training, by the way, guys. I'm going to actually jump into the game, and once I figure out exactly what her abilities are. But I waited in line for like 3 hours to meet him, and then I got to him, and I was like, oh, I froze. I didn't know what to do. I didn't know what to say, and so yeah, I just sort of walked. I kept walking after he signed my thing. I handed him my amazing Colossal episode guide, and then I just kept moving after they said, "Okay, good, you're done." And I didn't say a single word to him because I was too afraid. I was too scared. I froze up. I was too embarrassed, and I always regretted it because he was my hero, and he still is kind of a hero to me. If you want more damage, get better, says Chris Kills. Always good advice from Chris Kills. Am I a part of TFS, says Team Stardust S. Technically, I'm not in their studio. I'm not like living in Texas. Otherwise, I would be playing this with them in person probably. But I mean, I do voice work for them. That's about the long and short of it. I helped judge the Tiba contest. So let's see, what other abilities have we got? Passive opportunist. You detect critically injured enemies through walls. Okay, that's kind of cool. Well, now that I know exactly how she works, I'm gonna jump into an actual game with her and see how it goes. Out of curiosity, says Frostdora, what games do you normally play? Not many, honestly. I don't really have that much time for them. But, oh, I just realized quick play these days, you don't get to choose a character if somebody else has picked it. Or is that a different game? I think arcade mode, you can do that. Will there be any crossovers with TFS in the near future? There's nothing planned. I'm going to be honest. I don't believe there's anything planned right now. But don't rule it out. It's not impossible. Seriously, though, says Chris Kills, if you want to be a good Sombra player, master the teleport. I will do my best. I've never been great at teleporting. I'm no Chief O'Brien. I'm a passive opportunist as well, Dio Brando. I'm not an active opportunist. I see an opportunity, I'm like, there's that opportunity over there. Ethan Waddington says, your Frieza was the best voice in the show. I don't know about that, but I appreciate the compliment. I had a lot of fun playing that character. He treads the line between being terrifying and being funny. And it's a difficult line to walk, but Team 4-Star, if anything, have proven that they are definitely great at walking that line, because like, look at a character like Cell in their Abridged series, and that just goes to show you how good they are at doing that. Sea Lion says, don't want to bring the mood down or anything. I think I'm doing a good job of bringing the mood down myself, because I keep talking about being pumped full of medicine in the hospital. But I have huge respect for you for doing the We're Still Here videos. You're a huge inspiration, and thank you for helping me get through this. Well, I'm sorry to hear that you have depression. I assume that's the part you're going through. And that does suck, but at the same time, the fact that you're here talking about it, that's a big deal, and I'm really proud of you for being able to open up about it. And if the We're Still Here videos help, that's really awesome. At the end of the day, I make those videos for myself, or to be able to communicate what I'm going through and how I'm feeling, because sometimes it's really hard to confront it, and it helps me not necessarily force myself to do that, but it helps me do that, because it's something I want to do, but it's difficult to do on my own, and feeling like there's an audience or a group of people out there not necessarily going through it with me, but listening is very helpful. People listening is all it takes sometimes, because a lot of the time people don't want to listen. But anyway, let's not talk too much about that. But I am proud of you for talking about it and for trying to find help wherever the source of help comes from. I feel like your English accent is more noticeable than usual today, says Tom Raider. I mean, my English accent's always noticeable. I'm always very surprised when people tell me that they don't notice my English accent when I'm talking, and then like in some videos, like in the last Mark Remark video, no, the two Mark Remark videos ago, I did a whole like segment where I stopped caring. I like took my tie off and I was like, no more caring is over, and I just started talking in my regular speaking voice, and there were so many comments saying wow, you're more British than usual right now, and I'm like, I'm exactly the amount of British that I've always been. You know, I think people just don't expect it because I don't use my normal voice a lot. Yeah. Well, some people before the stream started were asking what the deal is with my icon being me surrounded by butts. And I wanted to address that. I love butts. There you go. That's what the deal is.
Attackers incoming in 30 seconds.
I just realized I'm in over my head pretty bad right now because I really don't know how to do Sombra yet. So shift was hide, shift was cloak and run around. Left click is shoot. E is the teleport. Right click is hack. Alright, I'm gonna do my best. I'm gonna suck at this. Get ready to see some sucking, guys.
5, 4.
LittleKuriboh, here's some great advice. Type in chat you're a YouTuber and they will let you win 1 out of 10 times. 1 in 10? That's amazing. I'm going into cloak mode. I don't think I did anything.
Be right back.
Here we go. I hope the video footage isn't as bad as people were saying. But we'll see how it goes.
Let's clear it out.
Oh, the objective is compromised. Let's go sort that out. Nah. Okay. What was I saying about sucking? You're seeing it. You're witnessing the suck. Oh, they're on the point. Let's try and go fix that.
I might need this later. Translocating. Initiating.
I did my best to hack them. But it's Tracer here.
Been here all along. Ahorita regreso. See you later.
Where are they? Oh. Well, boy.
¿Qué onda?
Ah, fell down. Video feed is really bad for me. Do you know what's up with that? It's probably on my end, honestly. Probably on my end. Hack the health pack, says Magno Para. I'll do my best. I'll just treat that as my objective. Hack the med kits. Alright, that's what I'm gonna do. What happened to Yu-Gi-Oh! 30, by the way? I can't watch it. It probably got taken down by YouTube, unfortunately. Not much I can do about it. I've submitted counterclaims for all the episodes that I can, and that's all I can do. If it doesn't go back up, there's really not much I can do about it. Oh, I'm really not so good at this. It's already hacked. Wait, is that a bad guy hack? It's been hacked by bad guys. I can't undo that. Alright. I probably should have played some Sombra before I jumped in and tried it. But where's the fun in that, you know? I think I got it.
I might need this later.
Some people are asking what my Pokemon start is going to be. And honestly, I have no bloody idea. I don't even know if I'm going to get that game. I'm not good at Pokemon. I play it. I play a lot of games that I'm not good at, including Pokemon.
¿Qué onda?
Alright. Any plans for how long you're going to stream? Probably about an hour. I don't really feel up to play much more than that.
Suiting up.
And I honestly don't know what I'm doing. It's kind of amusing just because I'm really struggling.
I might need this later.
Oh. I'm picking Mark Smithers as my Pokemon starter as well, Black Jackal. I'm terrible at Pokemon though. I'm really bad at strategy games. I'm really bad at turn-based RPGs. I'm awful, but I've played a lot of Pokemon. I've played a lot of it to know how bad I am at it.
Hey there.
I like the idea of that that wrestling dog, the one that turns into a heel wrestler. Oh, I pressed the wrong button. That's gonna happen a lot today. I think I did something. Oh, what the? I apologize if I don't see talking in the chat.
Come on, we need to get control of the point.
Alright. Ah. Oh, I keep pressing that wrong button.
Feeling much better.
Alright.
30 seconds.
Oh. Are there any stream rules, says Joe Seaman. There are rules, but feel free to screw them if you have money.
Justice reigns from above.
Wrestling dog? Is that what I'm talking about? There's a wrestling dog? Oh.
10 seconds remaining.
Oh, we're actually doing okay, I think.
¿Qué onda?
Wait, I got hacked? The hacker became the hackee. I think we did it. Yeah. Wrestling cat, not a wrestling dog. It's a cat. See, that's how little I know about Pokemon. I know F all about it. What if you spent your money on Yu-Gi-Oh mangas? Then you spent your money well, because Yu-Gi-Oh manga is amazing. That first 9 or 10 volumes of the Yu-Gi-Oh manga is infinitely better than the rest of it. I'll tell you that much. I love all the Yu-Gi-Oh manga. I love all of Yu-Gi-Oh, but that first 10 volumes or so, pretty great. I won't lie. How am I feeling? I'll be honest, I'm feeling really out of it. That's why I'm doing this, is because I'm trying to sort of just chill out and get this out of my system. I feel really groggy. I spent like 4 hours with... They jabbed me in 4 different places. First of all, usually when I go in for my infusion, and this is going to get kind of gross, I apologize in advance. Usually when I go in for my infusion, they stick me in my hand. Oh. They stick me in my hand because they find my veins a lot easier. And, sorry, somebody's texting me. And they always try and go for my arm first, but they always end up going in my hand, because the veins are easier to find, apparently. And this time, and I always keep my mouth shut. I always are like, look, feel free to go try and find those veins in my arm. I'm really sorry for talking so much about them sticking me with needles. But I'm usually like, feel free to try, because I always want to try my arm. And I'm like, please do. Please, try putting a needle in my arm, because everyone always tries and they always fail. And I want them to have a challenge. And so but every time they fail, and they always go into my hand. So this time I was like, okay, wait, before you try and go in my arm, please try my hand, because that always ends up being the one you go with. And let's just not waste time. Let's just go into the hand and just get this over with, because I don't want to spend 10 minutes being stuck in the arm when it's not going to do anything. So they went into my hand, and I guess something went wrong this time, because like a minute after they went in my hand, there was blood everywhere. And so I was like, oh, this didn't work out as I expected. So yeah, it wasn't the hand this time. They actually went in my arm. But then, and I do apologize again, because like I said, I am pretty groggy. So if I seem out of it, that's what's going on. I'm repeating myself a lot, because first of all, ow. But second of all, drugs, medicine. So they got in my arm, but then they were like, do you want your flu shot, because it's flu season and we need to give you your immunization? And I was like, sure, while I'm here, why not? So they shot me in the arm on the other side as well. Yeah, they shot me in the arm on the other side. And then, so now that hurts. And then they needed to do blood work. So I have like 4 or 5 different holes in me. I'm not going to talk about the 2016 election, because my opinions on it are immaterial, as I'm not a US citizen, so who cares what I think at the end of the day. And that's not why we're here. But yeah, I got stuck with so many needles today. It was not fun, so I'm out of it. I'm really drained. I apologize if it is affecting my ability to be entertaining, or my ability to be remotely good at this game.
Translocating.
Which, let's face it, that's a pretty crappy excuse at the end of the day. Ah. Oh, I fell down. Hey man, how'd you like Sombra? I literally just started playing her, so I don't know. I really don't know. Speak in my mind. Lucky Charms are vodka for the imagination. Well, I'm gonna have to try some Lucky Charms and Coke then. Wait, it's not vodka and Coke, is it? It's vodka and orange juice. What do you have with vodka usually? I don't know if there is a standard.
Damn it.
How close do I have to be to hack these guys? Pretty bloody close. Apparently.
Taking the objective. A little help would be appreciated.
That's what you get. Oh. Martin, what's your favorite game? Oh, it depends on what kind of game we're talking about. I'd say I really like the Fallout series. I love the Shenmue games for the Dreamcast. Dreamcast was my favorite console. What else was there? I really like Knights of the Old Republic. That's my favorite RPG. Let's see. OJ and vodka. So yeah, get me some Lucky Charms and orange juice. That actually doesn't sound that bad. I was trying to make a joke about how if you put Lucky Charms in a drink, it would be gross, but it wouldn't be that bad, would it?
Taking the objective. A little help would be appreciated.
Bleep. Bleep. Oh, balls. Oh, that doesn't work at all. I see. When you get hit, then the invisibility wears off. Okay, I'm figuring it out now. I should be sleeping? I'm not in the UK, guys. I'm just not a US citizen. But yeah, I got pumped full of medication this morning, and it's now 3:48 in the afternoon. So I should be right as rain by the end of the day, but it's just getting there, you know. No. Ah. I'm not going to talk about any political stuff, guys.
We all make
It's the end of the discussion on that. Nobody comes to me for political stuff. But they don't come to me for video games either, but that's where we are. Alright. I'm kind of starting to get the hang of it a little bit, maybe? I don't think I am. Oh. Will the stream be archived? I mean, I think it will. Unless it's really bad, which so far it's not great, I might delete it just for how bad it is, but I don't think I will. I think I'll let it go up, and people can make up their own minds as to whether it was a good idea to put it on the channel or not. Yu-Gi-Oh! Abridged, for those of you interested, I'm working on episode 72 at the moment. It's the episode after Yami and Yugi get separated, so Yami is left in kind of a pickle. Kind of a pickle. I wanna... Ah! My favorite movie is not Sherlock Holmes, A Game of Shadows. That is hysterical, though. I really didn't like that movie, I'll be honest. Sherlock Holmes, A Game of Shadows, I really enjoyed the first one. I thought the first one was a lot of fun. I actually had a great time watching the first movie. I was very impressed, because I'm not usually a fan of, what's his name? It's escaping me right now, the guy who directed it. But I'm not usually a fan of that guy. Hey, we did it, kind of. We did something. I'm going to take credit for that, partial credit. But I enjoyed the first one. I thought it was fun. I thought Robert Downey Jr. was fantastic. I thought Jude Law was fantastic. The direction wasn't too offensive. And I thought it was a great take on the character of Sherlock Holmes. I thought it was inventive. It was right after, like, Batman Begins and all that, so everyone was doing the sort of, oh, here's the hardcore, dark version of this character's origin. Not that Batman didn't already have one of those, obviously he did. But overall... it was, a lot of people were doing origin stories. At least that was a bit of a trend. And I really enjoyed their take on Sherlock Holmes. I thought it was fun. I thought it was a rollicking good adventure. Rollicking, that's the word. Look it up.
Gotcha.
Into the iris.
Alright. Round, round, get around, I get around. Got one of them. I did summit. Ah! I didn't do that. I didn't do anything there. I really like the first Sherlock Holmes movie with Robert Downey Jr. and Jude Law. Did not care for the second one. I thought it was pedantic. I thought it was boring. I thought it was too... It was weird because the first movie had a really good blend of comedy and drama and intrigue and mystery. And then the second one I thought was like either totally farcical or was grimdark as hell. Like the stuff with Moriarty. Like, I like the idea. I like a lot of the ideas they had, but some of it was just ludicrous. Like, there's a middle ground between going from, like, the serious, gritty, like, Sherlock Holmes versus Moriarty nonsense. What are you doing, Lucio? Oh, there you go. There's a middle ground between that and then cutting to Stephen Fry naked. I have no issues with Stephen Fry being naked. I love Stephen Fry. And people being naked, that's great. More power to him, but I just felt like sometimes I was having comedy drama whiplash, you know? Good job, Lucio. Alright, mate.
Hey there.
30 seconds.
Oh, they were ready for me. You know, you shouldn't keep, like, saying... people keep saying GX in a negative way, and I know I've encouraged that a lot, but I don't think GX is as awful as all that. I exaggerate a lot of my negativity towards GX because I make a comedy show about Yu-Gi-Oh! But at the end of the day, I don't think GX is an awful show. It just wasn't the show that I... It's not a show for me, you know? If that makes any sense? Doing my best. Oh, I was not in the right place at the right time. Corrupt Cartridge Gamer says, Martin, are you excited about your Kerblog? What is a Kerb... I mean, I know what a Kerblog is, but what are you on about? Do I have a Kerblog coming out? I mean, I wasn't aware of a Kerblog. Is he going to be doing... Is he going to be doing a Kerblog about me, or is it just one about Nylok? I hadn't heard anything about it. I'm glad that some people agree with me about Sherlock Holmes Game of Shadows. Honestly, like, there's that whole sequence where they're running through the forest away from I think the soldiers, you know. There's that whole sequence where they had the mounted cameras and they had the crazy camera effects as they were running through the forest, and these cannonballs are cracking through these trees. And oh hey, somebody in the chat seems to recognize me. Heyo. Ape. Heyo even. But I am fresh out of hospital. Hence sucking. Smiley face. LK, what do you think of Season 0? I'm sorry if I'm all over the place.
Select your hero.
Oh, somebody got Sombra before me. Here we go. Sunchip69, I don't think I know who you are. I might add you on Battle.net. Maybe. We need more defense heroes and healers. Come on, Sunchip69, you can do it. What was he talking about? Somebody asked about Season 0. I mean, here's the thing. I love the Yu-Gi-Oh! Manga. I love the original 9 or 10 volumes of the Yu-Gi-Oh! Manga. I do. I genuinely think that's a lot of fun. I think it's inventive. I think it's crazy. It's really, like, balls to the wall crazy at times. It pushes a lot of boundaries. if that makes any sense. It does some crazy stuff, like the whole play on morality and this curse causing Yugi to be able to test people and see if they're worthy of not being horribly mutilated at times. But I think that the Yu-Gi-Oh! Manga does a lot of things very well. I think Season 0 does a lot of things very badly. People are always shocked when I'm like, I'm not a fan of Season 0. And I'm not a huge fan of Season 0 because I don't think it's a very good adaptation of the manga. At times, when it's just doing a paint-by-numbers adaptation of the manga, like literally just doing exactly what the manga did, I like it. I think the manga has better art, but so if I would have to choose one in those situations, I would pick the manga every time. When it veers off the course of the manga and starts doing its own thing, it's really daft. It's really silly and stupid. There's some really wacky stuff. I talked about it on Twitter a few times. But, bloody, there are these witches that are just hanging out and just are trying to manipulate Yugi into giving them the Millennium Puzzle, and it's just, why are there witches? Why do witches exist? I understand that if this cursed Millennium Puzzle can exist, that witches can exist, but why do they exist? Can we at least try and explain it? That would be nice. It just sort of did a lot of wacky, zany things that didn't gel well with me. It just... a lot of people complain about the... people are like, Season 0 is so dark, and I'm like, yeah, Season 0 is dark because the manga was dark. When Season 0 is doing its own thing, it's really dumb. It's really wacky and goofy and like Looney Tunes, and not in a good way. I love Looney Tunes, but Season 0 is Looney Tunes in a bad way, if that makes sense. Oh, I fell down. I like certain aspects of Season 0, but overall I think it's pretty lame. I would rather watch the 4Kids dub, and I say this not as a hater of the 4Kids dub, because I obviously was introduced to Yu-Gi-Oh! Through the 4Kids dub. I would much rather watch the 4Kids dub of Yu-Gi-Oh! Than watch Season 0. I hate to say it. That probably bothers some people, but I mean, that's my opinion. 3 words, the Yo-Yo chapter. Exactly, Dio Brando. The Yo-Yo chapter was intense. Oh. What are my manga recommendations? You're asking the wrong guy. I actually barely know anything about manga or anime, so you're barking up the wrong tree asking me about that, unfortunately. But, having said that, if I were to recommend a manga to you, Gunsmith Cats. I love the Gunsmith Cats manga, the original. I think it's brilliant. That's one of the mangas I used to read all the time as a kid. But I haven't read it in a long time because I just haven't had the time for it. Have fun, guys. Oh wait, Sombra. Ah! Oh, that's not good. No. Yeah. Oh, no. Oh, no. I gotta get up here. Whew. Oh, boy. Roadhog, you missed. Ah! No. Save me. Save me. Oh, thank goodness. Oh, I'm good. No. My abilities. She hacked them. I don't like it. Help me out, guys. Okay, we're alive. We can do this. How about the manga Cory in the house? That is actually the best manga I've ever read. Just came off the page, man. People are singing the One Piece theme in the chat, and that's the best kind of victory song that I could possibly think of, because we're gonna win this. Absolutely.
60 seconds remaining.
Be right back. Teleporter is under attack. My teleporter has been destroyed. The fog is closed.
Okay, good. So far, so good. What is my favorite anime? Evangelion. Which is funny because I did a video parodying the Evangelion opening one time, and it caused Evangelion fans to hate me because I did because the parody was making fun of Evangelion, and apparently people don't like it when you do that. But I love Evangelion. I genuinely love it. But people didn't see the humor. I even did an abridged one-shot of Evangelion for charity, and it also didn't get received very well because I was making fun of Evangelion, and people, again, don't seem to like it when you do that. You ain't getting this payload. You ain't getting it. No, you can't have this payload. Nah. Yeah! Boom! JP Damon asks, was the song parody for Evangelion my idea or Mariana's? It was mine, and I asked Mariana to sing it. Because she's an amazing singer. Good job, Process. LittleKuriboh, how is the extra 100 health on Diva treating me? I didn't even know that we had an extra 100 health. Ravioli says, hi LittleKuriboh, how's it going? Enjoying Sombra and Overwatch update? This is my first chance I've really had to play it since it came out, so I don't know. I mean, so far so good, I guess. I love Evangelion though. It's my favorite anime Just because, here's the thing. I won't pretend to understand Evangelion at all. At all. I won't pretend that I understand it. I don't understand it. But sometimes I really like being confused. Sometimes I really enjoy just watching something and being like, I am so lost. I'm so out of my element. And that's what Evangelion does for me, and it does it in a great way. It's the same feeling I have when I watch a great David Lynch movie. I'm like, what the hell's going on? I don't know, but I kind of enjoy it. Oh, somebody got Sombra already. I guess I'll be Diva again since I'm okay at her. Hey LK, what do you think of a Yu-Gi-Oh! Or Yu-Gi-Oh! TAS fan art contest? I mean, here's the thing. I just don't have the time to host a contest like that right now. I mean, it's a great idea, don't get me wrong. I think any kind of contest that encourages people to create is a great idea. But I just don't have the time. I like, it would take time away from making Yu-Gi-Oh! Abridged. It's as simple as that. I just wouldn't have as much time to play Yu-Gi-Oh! Abridged. To play Yu-Gi-Oh! Abridged? Yu-Gi-Oh! Abridged for the Xbox One. It's my favorite video game. Unlock the Team 4-star DLC. But I just wouldn't have as much time to work on Yu-Gi-Oh! Abridged, and I do want to work on it. I want to get as many Yu-Gi-Oh! Abridged out as possible that I can get done. I just want to do that. I really apologize for how boring the stream is, by the way, because I can hear myself talking and I'm rambling and I'm all over the place. But what can you do? What can I do?
For combat operations.
Jess the Flaming Mess says, I also enjoy being confused, and that's why Batman vs. Superman is my favorite movie. That movie wasn't even that confusing, it was just very full of itself, and had a bunch of plot holes. But the thing is, plot holes aren't confusing. Plot holes are just annoying. Did I watch the Evangelion remakes? I did. I watched, I didn't watch the third one yet, but I watched the first and second. Funny story about those. I talked about them at a panel one time in, I think it was in Florida, like a few years back. And I called them remakes, and somebody in the crowd shouts, "They're not remakes!" Like that, literally like that. And I was confused, I was thrown off, because I was like, are they not remakes? What are you on about? I was very confused, because, you know, as far as I knew, they were remakes. I understand, some people are very picky about how you refer to these things. I thought maybe he meant that I should call them a reboot. And then I said, what do you mean they're not remakes? And he goes, well, they're sequels. And I'm like, what? And he explains that there's a bunch of visual images within the new movies that imply that the events chronologically take place after the events in the first Evangelion series. Now, whether or not that's true, and I'm sure a lot of people know more about it than I do, whether or not that's true, I still think you can call them remakes, because they're going over the same events over and over again, you know? They're still going over the events from the first series and movies. Whether or not it takes a different turn, and whether or not you can interpret them as taking place after the show and after the movie, like End of Evangelion, that's fine. That's, you know, that's your business. But I think it's okay to call them remakes. This guy was very adamant that they were not. Which, you know, if he's passionate about it, that's great. But I don't know. He was just very passionate about it to the point that he wanted to yell over me. You know. A lot of people in the chat saying they're not follow-ups. I agree. And personally, I think a lot of those visual homages to the originals are just visual homages. And you can look at them as being continuations, absolutely, but I don't think they're meant to be seen that way. I don't think that that's what they are at all. But at the same time, I don't want to limit anybody's creativity or imagination, so they are whatever you want them to be, quite frankly. Let's see.
Get through this. No.
Marvel Cinematic Universe thoughts, says Cafeteria Loca. Marvel Cinematic Universe thoughts? Well, I like it for the most part. I think it's a shame that it limits some directors creatively because a lot of them are very samey, and they have to be very consistent and samey in order to have that universe quality, in order to have the cohesiveness of a universe. So a lot of directors feel like it's a bit shallow and a bit limiting. And yeah, they are. And I think it's a shame that we can't have more zany, like, out there concepts like Doctor Strange and to an extent Guardians of the Galaxy happening more often. But at the same time, I think it's a significant thing in the world of cinema that what they've done. You know, I think they've taken a big step into a realm that has been previously unexplored. You know? And good on them for trying at the end of the day. Like, I mean it. Like, no, very few people would have the guts to try something like this. It's the risk of losing money is too great. But, and they're not all great movies, don't get me wrong. I hate Iron Man 2. I hate Thor 2. I'm not a huge fan of Thor 1 or Iron Man 3. But I think overall as a story and just watching these characters and continuities grow and interact the way they are doing, it's unprecedented and it's great because, like, I grew up in a world where if a movie had 7 sequels, every sequel was awful and it was just a cheap money grab. These days, they've defied that cliche. They've defied that expectation because now if a movie has a dozen sequels, it keeps building upon itself and introducing new concepts and new characters, and they still have something to say at the end of the day. I'm really excited about it. So yeah, Marvel Cinematic Universe, I think it's a great thing. I understand people's concerns. And I have been accused of being a Marvel fanboy over a DC just because I don't like the DC movies that much. But that's honestly because just these movies that DC have produced have just been, in my opinion, just dismal. Like, they're not entertaining. I understand that for some people they would be, but for me they're not remotely entertaining. Boom. We got through it. Lauren Wheatley says, Fanfiction Fridays are the best, always funny and very creative. Well, thank you. We're actually taking a break from them right now. Sunchip69 asks if we can be friends. I'll say, we'll see. Yeah, Fanfiction Fridays we're taking a little bit of a break from just because, well, we went through a big moving process, so it's just taken a lot of time away from video production and frankly, a lot of the videos that I'm working on right now require a lot of time and commitment put into them, and unfortunately Fanfiction Friday just had to be put on the back burner. But we're thinking of retooling it and redoing it and doing it as something something different to how it was being presented before. Let's see.
Traveling to Nepal.
And yeah, again, going back to DC, it's not that I dislike DC. I love Batman. I love Superman to an extent, not as much as Batman. See if I can get. Oh, they already got Sombra. This keeps happening, man. I'll just be Diva. This may as well just be the Diva stream at this point. I love the DC universe. I think Wonder Woman is a great character. I think Aquaman can be a great character. I think a lot of the old like Justice League stuff shows that you can tell a great story with these characters and with these universes and these worlds. But right now, the stuff that DC is offering just it feels very just grim for the sake of being grim, and it feels rushed and it feels roughshod. It doesn't feel like a story that I am really interested in seeing told to the end, you know? What are you doing shooting everybody?
See you later.
Like, I understand DC needing to be dark. I have no problem with it just being dark. I just think it's just there's no redeeming factor to it. Like, you can be dark but also tell a decent story. What do I think of the new Power Rangers movie, says Black Jackal? Well, I'll be honest, I never had much of an attachment to Power Rangers in the first place. But I'm willing to give it a shot. I like everybody involved so far. I'm very excited for Walter White Zordon. I think that's going to be interesting. I like everything that I've seen so far. But again, no attachment to Power Rangers whatsoever. I never watched it as a kid. All the other people in my school would watch it, but I was not one of those people. I was not one of those people. Yeah. Go away, Junkrat. Gorgeous Lay says, "Are you an ass or boob man?" Well, I am an ass.
Time to raise my APM.
Oh, Celine 3016. I'm sorry to hear that, but I'm glad that you found help in whatever source you find it from. And just know that you're not alone, and know that you can get through this. You have the ability. Like, you know, it's not a good idea to talk about serious stuff like this while I'm shooting people in a video game. But just know that you're not alone, and that there is hope. And that I believe in you. Oh. Yeah, my brain isn't firing on all cylinders today because of the medicine and everything. All right, Junkrat. Emily Grimes says, "Hey LK, I love your mark remarks. Are you excited for Survivor Series?" I'm really excited for Survivor Series, and I'll be honest, I don't get excited for Survivor Series very easily because Survivor Series. Like, especially when they don't even have the Survivor Series matchups, it just feels like any other pay-per-view. But this Survivor Series has the potential to be really something special. Just the way they built up all these different feuds. Like, the final segment on Raw just demonstrates how perfectly they've set everything up for this Survivor Series match, which is kind of crazy. Like, I didn't expect myself to be this invested in a 5-on-5 match, but seeing AJ Styles and Kevin Owens mouth off at each other like they did at the end of the episode, that was brilliant. And seeing Chris Jericho and Kevin Owens hug each other while Kevin Owens screamed, "Look at it! Look at this!" That was a thing of beauty. Oh my gosh. My brain is not doing so well. I'll be 100% honest. And I apologize if it's affecting my stream at all. Not that my streams are ever, like, enormously entertaining, but I'm operating at half capacity right now. Let's see. Cheers, General Vash. I'm sorry to hear your father's been having trouble. That's what you get, Reaper. Reaper here!
Routing power to forward barrier. Defense matrix.
Enough Junkrat. Enough of this nonsense, guys. Nah, she hacked me. Alright, alright. Blow them out. Hi, Junkrat. Oh. Okay. That was a thing of beauty. I love that. Yeah. Boom. What programs do you use to make Yu-Gi-Oh! Abridged? I use Adobe Premiere Pro, and for certain things I use Photoshop. Actually, I don't actually edit it myself a lot of the time these days. But when I did edit it, I used Adobe Premiere Pro. I used Photoshop for editing lip flaps and such, and Audacity for recording audio. That's your basic, well, not your basic stuff because it's pretty expensive. Get a decent video editing software program. Get Audacity, which is a free audio recording software. Get a microphone as well, that's important. But in my opinion, the most important tool for making an abridged series is a script. It is a notepad document. That's all you need. If the script is good, I think it supersedes any other tools that you're using.
Only if I can get yours too. I love your new
Cheers, Mr. PJ Griffin. I'll be honest, I don't feel very relaxed right now because I'm struggling to deal with the fact that my mind is groggy as hell. And there's a lot of colours and shooting happening, so I'm struggling to get my head around it, but I'm doing my best. Daniel Garza says, are you coming back to San Japan? I can't say anything for sure, but I'd say look forward to it. Look forward to it happening eventually, because I love San Japan. I can't say for certain if I ever will be back there, but I'd like to. There's a lot of conventions, even if I am going to a con, unless I've been announced, I can't talk about it. So, but San Japan, I definitely don't know. Balls. Oh, it's nonsense. Go away, Sombra. Got ya. So there was a Reaper cosplayer from Overwatch at this convention I just came back from. And every time they... Oh! That didn't go so well. Anytime I would see them, I would say something about the door. And at one point somebody asked me about who my favorite character was in Overwatch, and I replied, the door. Mystic Pyro Freak says, what do I have to look forward to when I turn 30 this Saturday? Thought I'd ask a fellow 30s person. I mean, if your life's anything like mine, more of the same. Just slower. That's what you get, guys. Even.
I'm back in the fight.
LittleKuriboh, I enjoy watching you play Overwatch. It's super chill. Oh, cheers, man. I also enjoyed the one with Mariana the other day. Was there one with Mariana the other day? I don't know if there was. I didn't realize I'd played with her recently.
Get through this.
Come on, try and get my checkpoint. Any convention activities near St. Louis anytime soon, says Frost Aurora. No, none that I can confirm at the very least, but if you are interested in having me at a convention nearby so you can hear me mumble into a microphone like I'm doing right now, feel free to contact the convention and request any guest that you want to see live. Because the only way that the conventions know that you want people to come as guests is if you ask them. So do remember to request guests if there's somebody specific you want to see.
Beacon in place.
Oh, we did it, guys. Victory indeed. I'm going to try and jump onto the next game as Sombra, see if I can do that. But if all else fails, Diva seems to be doing well for me. Good job, Skit Sakura-kun! Oh, that was a bad idea. Cheers for watching the Mark, Patrick Gallagher. Am I heading to next year's Mania? I would definitely like to. If I can, I will be there. I really wanted to go to... I'm not voting for myself, that's nonsense. But I really want to try and go to the Royal Rumble and Wrestlemania every year, if possible. I can't go to Rumble next year, but I'd at very least like to go to WrestleMania. I think I'd like to try and do Mania every year. I think that would be really cool, just as a goal, as a general goal. I'll be honest, the WrestleMania 31 was fantastic. That was an incredible experience. Seeing Seth Rollins come out with Money in the Bank briefcase, I've not cheered that loud. And the only time I've cheered louder than that was when AJ Styles came out of the Rumble, which I was also at when he debuted in the WWE. That was a great experience at WrestleMania 31. Like, they ended on a high note. WrestleMania 32 was a lot of low notes. I hate to say it. There was a lot of very disappointing booking on the part of WrestleMania 32. There was the great moment with Zack Ryder winning the belt. And here's the thing, I don't want all my favorites to win all the time. That's not what I need. But it was just disappointment after disappointment after disappointment after disappointment. I got it. I got Sombra, finally. Oh, we're just waiting for players.
And everyone.
But it was disappointment after disappointment because they just kept having heels win. Like, I think 90% of the time it was heels, and a lot of the booking decisions didn't make any sense. and were often negated by what happened in the Raw the following night. But having said that, just being there is a good experience. It's a good time. I'm sorry, my brain is like slowly shutting down.
The enemy is here.
Dispel Yell says, I like how so many YouTubers are such big wrestling nerds. Well, here's the thing. Especially with, I feel, fans of, like, anime. I don't know if I'm just talking out my ass. But I feel especially with fans of anime, people who grew up with, like, DBZ and stuff, or even comic books, I feel like,
Select your hero.
finally, Sombra, I got to play her again. I feel like wrestling appeals to those people in a certain way. There's something about... I mean, wrestling is basically live-action cartoons. It's live-action Looney Tunes. It's like exaggerated people doing exaggerated things with cartoony violence that... And here's the thing I love about pro wrestling. Here's the reason I love pro wrestling. It's basically just an arena full of thousands and thousands and thousands of people believing in something. They are looking at something that is very clearly fake. We all know that it's structured. It's all, it's orchestrated. It's I don't know the right word because my brain is shutting down. But it's not a real sport. We all know that. But it's thousands of people believing, in spite of all logic and sense, that what is happening is real. And the reason we believe in it is because we want to believe in it. We want to suspend our disbelief, and we want to believe that these people are superheroes and are doing like these insane feats of strength and athleticism, and we want to believe that there are heroes and villains, and that things make sense, and it's easy there's a story going on in front of us, and we believe in it, and it's thousands of people just focusing all their belief and positivity and like childlike wonder almost, you know, most of the time. On this crazy spectacle that's happening in front of everybody, and that's not something you find anywhere else. You know, you find it in, like, you'll find it when kids go see pantomimes, like, and in theater and stuff, to a lesser extent and to a different extent. Oh, I think I'm playing Diva still. That's why my brain is not helping. But there's nothing like wrestling in that sense, if you ask me. It's just a large number of adult people and kids joining each other in this crazy belief, you know, that defies all sense, just because we want it to be real, you know. I think that's brilliant. I think that's wonderful.
Torb here. Ready to burn.
That didn't work. Where'd she go? That did not work out.
Hello.
Somebody fell down.
Gotcha. I might need this later. Sounds located.
Oh, that's confusing when it does that.
Miss me?
Ah! Sorry, I stopped talking for a little bit. So, in summation, my feelings on Sombra. I'm terrible at her. I'm really bad. And I apologize for making you watch me be bad. But I wanted to try her out. And, it didn't work super well. But at least I tried, which is more than I can say for a lot of things. I don't know what that means. I'm really out of it right now, guys.
See you later. Hey there.
No. Let's see. Cheers, Tea Gardener. I appreciate it. Yeah, I'll be honest. There's something uncanny about seeing Undertaker's entrance live. I've been honored.
My servants never die.
Shush, Mercy. I've been honored to have seen the Undertaker's entrance live at least 4 times, and it's been different every time. The feelings that it's given me. There's a lot of feels as a wrestling fan associated with that entrance. You know? Because he's wrestling... He's not even wrestling royalty. He's a wrestling deity at this point. Oh, Frost Aurora, don't worry about it. Nobody... You're not less of a fan just because you didn't line up to see me. Nobody is... Here's the thing. Nobody's less of a fan for doing anything differently than any other fan. The only thing you need to do to be a fan of something is to like it. Like, that's literally the only action you have to take to be a fan of something. And you don't have to like certain aspects of it more than others. You don't have to like certain relationships, like shipping stuff, more than others. You don't have to dress a certain way, like a character. You don't have to, you don't have to hang out with the same group of fans. You don't have to do anything except just like a show, or like a character, or like a comic or something. Like, just something as simple as that, and you're a fan. Nobody is a better fan than anybody else just because they've spent an inordinate amount of money on, like, props and stuff. Like, that means you're a hardcore fan, but that doesn't mean that somebody who hasn't done that isn't a fan, if you know what I mean? Oh, I'm doing so badly because I'm like... Oh. My brain. I'm slowly winding down because there's been a lot of brain activity in the space of an hour. And it's not just because I'm LittleKuriboh and I'm an idiot. It's because of the medicine that they had me on this morning. I'm just like, this has been so much, like, mental exertion for somebody who, like 4 hours ago, was hooked up to several IVs. But yeah, I hate the idea of there being, like, a correct way of being a fan and an incorrect way of being a fan. The only way to be a bad fan is to be a dick. The only way to be a bad fan is to tell somebody else they're a bad fan of something. The only way to be a bad fan is to impede on somebody else's enjoyment of something, or attack them for feeling a certain way. Unless their way of doing something is harming someone else, or is insulting somebody, or hurting somebody's feelings, or like intentionally doing that, there is no reason to tell somebody they're a bad fan. That's the only way to be a bad fan, is to tell someone that they're a bad fan. For no reason other than to express your elitism. It's bollocks. Speaking of being terrible, I'm terrible at this game. I'm terrible at this character, at the very least. I got you. Got you.
Armor, come in.
Yeah! I did something! Yeah! Nobody can deny that I did a thing. Yeah, but that's how I feel about fandoms. And I'll be honest, I've been the subject of people saying that I'm a bad fan of certain things. I've had people tell me, you know, that I'm... if you're a fan of, like, there are people who say, you know, if you're a fan of Yu-Gi-Oh! Abridged, you're not a good Yu-Gi-Oh! Fan. And at the end of the day, that's not necessarily true. If you're only a fan of Yu-Gi-Oh! Abridged, and you've never seen Yu-Gi-Oh! And you don't like the original Yu-Gi-Oh! Then yeah, you could argue that that person is not a fan of Yu-Gi-Oh! But you can't tell them they're a bad fan. You know? In my opinion. I did something again.
Much better.
Alright. I mean, I joke about that kind of stuff a lot, but I do feel kind of passionately that, you know, in my opinion, the 5-year-old boy who has just started watching Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace, for the first time and is smiling and enjoying it, for whatever reason, you know, that you might disagree that that movie is good, but you can't disagree with that kid's feelings about the movie. But if he's enjoying it, that person is as good a fan of Star Wars, or as viable, as worthy of being called a fan of Star Wars as somebody who's spent 50 years watching the original trilogy and memorizing it and buying all the original props and getting signatures from the actors. That kid is just as much worthy of being called a fan as anybody else. My opinion. Final wrestling question, says Patrick Gallagher. Finn Balor for the Rumble? I would effing love it, but the only way to do it, the only way to do Finn Balor in the Rumble, and I thought about this the other day, the only way to pull it off properly... Hang on. The only... Oh, are you kidding me? The only way to do it properly is if Finn comes out second. Finn has to come out second. This is very specific. If you don't have Finn come out second, you have screwed up Finn Balor in the Rumble this coming year. You know why? Because Finn has to have the demon entrance. And if he has the demon entrance during the Rumble, when everyone's already in the ring, and it's just like entry number 15, and he comes out and he's the demon, it's going to damage that moment because you're going to be so focused on certain things happening in the ring. There's going to be action happening in the ring that detracts from that. What has to happen is he either has to come out second, and that way you have the guy in the ring, the one guy in the ring, the only other guy who's come out, staring at him in awe, in terror of what he's going to do. The fact that this demon just came out and is about to basically lay waste to him, and he has no chance because it's effing Finn Balor. And what do you do about that? The only way you do it is like that, and you have his whole entrance in full theatric mode, and like there are camera angles and stuff, and they prepared for this, and it looks great. You either do it like that, or you do it later on in the Rumble where there's only one person in the ring left, and he's eliminated everybody else, and he thinks he's going to win, and then Finn Balor comes out as the demon. You know, you either do it like that, or you do it have him be number 2 and have him like last for like an hour, if you ask me. That way Finn retains the fact that, you know, he's still a threat. He has his reintroduction to the WWE universe with full demon mode. Like, it makes up for the fact that he got injured and lost the and had to forfeit the title. He has his huge moment at the Rumble.
Let's get started.
Balls.
I might need this later. See you later.
That's the way you do it, if you ask me. I'm definitely not bitter, Cheyenne. Oscar Para says, I think he should be number 30. But then you don't get the demon entrance. Like if everyone in the ring is like... Because number 30 comes out, there's usually at least 4 or 5 people in the ring. He does his demon entrance, you have a bunch of people like still fighting in the ring. It's distracting. You need to have his demon entrance be presented in its full, crazy, cinematic, like, form. Alright. Well, I'd like to say that I did well as Sombra, but I'd be lying. That's not the truth. I definitely did not do well as Sombra. And I hope it was still fun to watch, and I kind of dig the way that she works, but she's not for me, unfortunately. That's not a character I'll be playing very often. She's very great. I like the design, I like the abilities and everything. But that is not for me, unfortunately. Alright, well, I'm gonna be logging off here because my brain, I'm not lying when I say I feel shattered by this, because like this was very difficult for me trying to focus when I'm as exhausted as I am. But thank you for joining me. I'm sorry that we had some graphical problems. We had some problems with the bit rate, but I do appreciate you guys joining. I apologize if this wasn't as entertaining as it could have been. There are various reasons for that. Mostly, I'm just worn out. I'm exhausted from spending all morning in the hospital. But thank you for joining me as I attempt to recover. I don't know how much of a recovery this was, but I think we did okay. I think I did okay. And if I did okay, then that's actually a victory for me, because I didn't expect to even do okay. I apologize if this was all over the place and rambly. That's exactly what this is, because that's what I'm doing right now. You're basically talking to a guy who is really out of it on medication. Monkey98 says, you're not a true fan if you don't like the product. Yeah, I kind of addressed that. The only thing you have to be a fan is someone who likes something. There you go. So yeah, it would imply that you're not a true fan if you don't like it. Anyway. Cheers for joining me. I am still working on Yu-Gi-Oh! Bridge number 72. I'm writing that. I've been writing that. I don't know how much writing I'm going to get done today. So, just because of how I'm feeling. But thanks for supporting me. Thank you so much for tuning in and joining me and watching me fail as much as I did. And I hope you guys have a great rest of the day. I hope the rest of the day goes super well for you. I'm going to log off and talk to a few people about some things, some projects I have to help out with, and then I'm going to try and rest my brain for a little bit. So thanks for hanging out. Thanks for watching. I'm gonna calm down, and I'm gonna cool down somehow. I'll see y'all later. I again do appreciate you taking the time out of your day to join me. I'll see you later.